call it swag, some call it cockiness, some call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Gamecocks will put total leather and will get started. He'll bring it out. It's Huff. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So the Tennessee Volunteers offense will get the football first. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting him know it's good. Turning it on! You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
The Vols are on the move. They'll ride the hot hand. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Awesome. Got his man. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down. And the Vols come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Red pass hits complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Tennessee. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number one on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside and out. They know your scheme, you know their scheme. And sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough. So got to continue to play well within the conference.
Complete and looking for enough for the first down. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a fourth down.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on fourth down. Oh, he dropped it, just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. So South Carolina's offense will have its first possession of the game. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. And when you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here if the quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the coverage is, based on what he showed last time out.
It's a running room. He's inside the 40, the 20. He's at the, and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, South Carolina.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, third down, fourth down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
So now it's 2nd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking for a man. It's awesome. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And with the closest guy to the football, man, it's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Breaks into the open. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Volunteers are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down. Moving away from pressure. A strike downfield. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. Some penalties hurt a little bit more or a lot more than other ones. That one wipes out a huge game. The offense lining up for a first down play. Looking to throw. Unloads it left. Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Gives it on the option. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. The Gamecocks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. The give. Oh, he's got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out, start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
Makes the grab. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Fires to the tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move.
Touchdown, Volunteers! A great catch and run for 6.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
On to attempt the try. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Man, it just means more in the SEC, and take a look at how things are playing out here. Kentucky has the lead right now. Feels like it's been this way since the players took the pregame catwalk, but this has been a very close game. They're up by a field goal over Georgia. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition, and if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Good, solid pickup on that one. They got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. unloads to the wideout. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Going to swing it on second down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Lofts one high and deep. Hits him in stride at the 10. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. The explosive play set the table. Now they got to serve the feast. A first down run on the doorstep. Touchdown, Gamecocks! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And the offense continues to run the football. A second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes continue to feed this man the ball.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So here is the Tennessee offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Wide open downfield. There he goes. The 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tennessee.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll return it. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. He'll keep it himself. Fighting off the defender. Another broken tackle. Still on his feet at the 45. Pushed through behind his pad. And that tackle almost certainly saved the touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
If you heard that sound, that was the sound of me throwing my clipboard. My goodness, how do I stop this offense? This guy is so dynamic. And what stinks about it is they snap it to the quarterback every play. Running back, I can try to take him out of the game. Receivers, I can try to take out of the game. Quarterback always touching the football, and when he can do this, good luck stopping.
And the Gamecocks can really attack on this 2nd and short. He'll pull it on the read. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
And that's a big missed opportunity there. And sometimes it's just those small things. It's getting your feet set so you can throw the ball with good accuracy. A lot of times guys are open and you just rush it, you hurry it. This quarterback's just got to settle down a little bit, take the time, and hit that open guy.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Here comes the heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Finally, a defense. Looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last 2 drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. Setting up 4th down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. On the move, he fires. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Going the other way, and he's got room. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the first half. Before then, they can get another score. Flushed out of the pocket. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, South Carolina! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime. Turning it on! A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
And the Volunteers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Wants to throw. It's awesome. Here's the pressure. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries, you got to get pressures, and when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Good timing on the quick out. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The Vols come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Finds his big tight end. And it's a fumble on the play. That is a serendipitous turn of events with the fumble going out of bounds. They'll maintain possession. Sometimes there's no substitute for old Lady Luck and having her on your side, and she just guided that ball out of bounds for the offense.
And I think that head coach, he just narrowly avoided having a heart attack. You can never afford turnovers, but...
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown ball!
And I'm not going to say that was a must-score, but that was a must-score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully, now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the second half.
Lining up to add another. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Pittsburgh is down right now, but this young man under center has shown some moxie today. We could see a legend born in the Steel City. They're trailing by 10 to Clemson. Any big changes in his ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. To the air on first down. It's complete on the right side. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got him downfield. He's loose. The 20. Touchdown Gamecocks. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So here is the Tennessee offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Back to throw, it's awesome. Going over the top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. Hits him inside the 20, still going. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
At the 15-yard line. And first down for the offense.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Field goal is good. That'll close the gap to 14.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And he's going to bring it out. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, it is hard to beat Columbia when that town is buzzing as it is today. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Williams-Brice.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Vols will kick it away to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Looking downfield on first down. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Man, that linebacker is athletic. He can make tackles in space against very athletic dudes. That receiver's not an easy guy to bring down. That linebacker got him down quick.
Motion from the wide receiver. Back to pass. Rushes on him. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
The short hands. It sucks. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down. The Gamecocks will line up to punt it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. On the run, it's Pryor. Makes one man miss.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the snap, it's Pryor. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on third down here. To the air, it's awesome. and they can't make the play on third down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
A couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on fourth. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge...
Breaks into the open. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. If you like the stats, and I know you do, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Yeah, if they win this game, he's getting a game ball. There's no doubt about it. This guy has been on fire from the very start of this football game. He's just been throwing bullets all over the field.
They'll run it from the gun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so the running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
Wants to go up top. Hit as he throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
On third down, he drops to throw. Plucks it out of the air. On the move at the 30. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers. And here they come, almost all the way back.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. They're going to open this drive with a pass. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Makes the catch on the right side. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Reload.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. And the Gamecocks want to move quickly. Wants to throw again. Makes the grab. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Snap from the gun on third down. Here's the heat. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
And they get the sack, but they knew it was a pass. You go nickel, you're bringing more speed on the field, more DBs. You let the pass rush eat. Everybody communicates, right? Like you understand by formation, by tendency, they're throwing the football. Nice job by the defense understanding what the offense was trying to do.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, just wanted to get you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Michigan State has the lead right now. Feels like it's been that way since Sparty's run out, but this has been a nip-and-tuck affair inside Spartan Stadium. They're up by 7 over Iowa. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Breaks the tackle. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33. And that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. And this is sort of like a pinball machine. The numbers keep ticking up. He's closing in on 450 yards.
Yeah, Reese, and there's no defense for perfect throws, and that's what this guy's been delivering all game long. You know, the coverage hasn't always been awful, but this guy just finds a way to thread the needle.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So first down will open up the final period. The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I think at this point in the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there, it didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Back to pass, it's awesome. Hauls it in. No chance to run, but still a good gain. The Volunteers have taken it inside the 20. Might be calling a hot route. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. And the Volunteers trying to cash it in on first and goal. The snap sets up the throw. Touchdown, Tennessee! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And now the hit knocks it loose. Maybe some nerves on that return, but a fortunate bounce, and they'll retain possession.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. The head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
And the quickest way to blow up the run game is those interior big boys, those defensive tackles getting in the backfield really quickly and making that ball hurt.
Man, that D tackle was in the backfield in a hurry. The big man is nimble.
Nimble, fast, quick, athletic. That's just all words you describe defensive line.
Oh, that is a throw that is just going to haunt this quarterback. He had his target wide open running deep. That should be a touchdown, but the QB overthrew him. That is going to haunt this quarterback tonight.
Under fire. They get enough push, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Gamecocks will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The Vols have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. The offense changing the play, trying to get the corner. He's in open space downfield. There he goes. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
And when you run the toss, you better secure the edge first. You got to get outside. You can't let that defensive end get involved. Nice job. They toss it to the right, get the ball outside, get it to a guy with some speed that can chew up some ground in a heartbeat. Nice job securing the edge.
Tried to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. I mean, you'd like to think your receiver in space can make a linebacker miss, but that's just a better job tackling by the defense.
Fights off the defender. Touchdown ball! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this 4th quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he picks up a first down. That is not a flag on the play. It's just lingerie on the deck after that move. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Give to the back. Wrestled down at the 43 after getting 5.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom. I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
And the Gamecocks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Got his man downfield. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
But when you're running the curl route against zone coverage as a QB, you know you've got to get the receiver the ball quickly. This quarterback has a cannon for an arm. He showed you on that last throw, and the offense picks up the first down.
The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And that's a good job by this defense. The 2-minute situations can be tough, especially communicating, and you know they want to push the ball down the field, but a lot of times it's towards the sidelines. They protect the middle of the field, play great defense all across the board.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Volunteers. They extend this fourth-quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turning on the jets, making the big play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Texas State has opened up a can right now, and based on what we've seen, I'm not sure anything is going to change. They're up by 28 over Southern Miss. Just another week of football in the Sun Belt, guys, where we've come to expect the unexpected.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit, because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
Caught over the middle. It's Suggs. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. Makes the grab. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And this defense knows exactly the spot they're in, man. They are up. They've got their more defensive backs on the field. They're dropping back. You can tell they are taking away the deep ball. Nice job.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. On the run, it's Pryor. Gets it past the marker. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Pryor. Touchdown, Tennessee! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. They weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coach and staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
3rd down coming up.
And the Gamecocks come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over. Like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few first downs and make something positive happen.
A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it.